Yes, welcome and good morning to our e-learning classes. Today for 12th standard English medium students, we are planning another chapter of a poetry section, and that is poem 5. Poem 5, A Roadside Stand. It is written by Robert Frost, a man who is born an American by birth. Though he is born in such a developed country, Robert Frost has been the man of a writer for the village people, the rural people. He always talks about the realistic things of the world, and that has allowed him and inspire him a lot of village people to come into the city and to settle down there to fulfill their dreams and wishes. Though by heart a city man, Robert Frost, a learned man, he talked about the realistic approach, or you can say the realistic way of the life, the real world of this universe. That has made him popular. He wrote so many poems in the literature. And if we talk about few of his work, it is like The Road Not Taken, then Stopping by Wood on a Snow Evening, and again A Mending Wall. These are all his collection of the poem to the literature. He talks very freely about the realistic way of how the rural people are living in their real life. He got 4 Pulitzer Prizes for his work, his contribution to for his contribution to the literature, and that's how he has been the poet of the real reader of the realistic life. If we talk about the poem A Roadside Stand, it is a poem of poor people, or you can say a farmer who has lots of dreams. You know, every poor people wants to reach somewhere, having some dream in his heart to come out with and to dream of it, and that happens also here in this poem of A Roadside Stand. What he did there, he came to the city and he made city his home, and he also made a stand by roadside. Why did he build his stand there? Why he stopped there by the side of the road? Because he has this dream, he has this desire. His willpower allows him to make his way of the life very smooth and very easy by fulfilling his wish to live a happy life in the city. He has this, you can say, a confidence. He has this confidence that by living in the city and standing on the roadside by stand, the rich people in their car will squill their brakes, right? They will stop there and would buy something from him. These poor people, a farmer is thinking on his way, but this poor fellow is not knowing the fact that rich people are a greedy people. How are the rich people? Rich people are the greedy people. They have already set up their mind. They are so fertile in their mind and planned for the poor that they may even drag out something from them in spite of giving them, helping them, supporting them. These rich people are exploiting and always in always in this hurry to grab out something from the poor by making them fool or by making them well planned conspiracy or projects and lulls them and try to make them full, and that is because of their well planned calculations. But this poor man, he wants some extra money. Why? Because as I said earlier, that he has this idea, he has this dream of living a happy life. He has this desire that he would make some money out of the rich people's buying, but he has also a well thought of his desires through his earnings. But what happens? As usual, the planning of this poor man is like a dream. It remains a dream forever that never ever fulfills, satisfies in their life. It even destroys their sleep at night. Poor people are living in a very luxurious, comfortable, cozy room, enjoying their sleep, sound sleep. They take rest. But this poor fellow, throughout the day, the well planned and calculations of the rich people makes them very busy during the day. They are taking a lot of luggage, lot of loads, heavy loads on their shoulders and doing labor throughout the day. Even at night, they are not getting a sound sleep. Why? Because during the night too, their wishes and dreams are never leaving them behind. Even what the media is also playing some role, different role, media. Every now and then we are seeing advertisements, schemes of the government for the poor. But do you think that these representatives of the governments are providing all the money and support and help to these poor people? It is like the moon in their hand, and this representative of the governments are keeping all the money and all the projects, reports and monies and everything for the poor in their controls, in their hands, and never leaving out a single penny for the poor people. It shows the picture of the class classification, the rich versus poor, the poor versus rich. Though God has not made any classes for any people, here the man-made classes, either of the race or of the upper and down layer or level of the society. Here there is a picture of the rich and poor. The poor becomes poorer and poorer, and the rich becomes the richer and richer. It is like that proverbs in Hindi, बड़ी मछली छोटी मछली को खा जाती है, right? The same is with the rich people following for the poor people, and here rich and greedy people with their well-planned calculations, they never ever support the poor person who is doing a hard labor. It is also used one word, you can say, they are hard-hearted people. Their hearts, beneath their hearts, there is no emotions and sensitivity for the poor people. Even their real life is also like this. And that is what a roadside stand that Robert Frost wants to convey through this classification of rich and poor. Poor are, running for the city. Today we are seeing the picture of the city, that where the rich people is running after the money so madly that he becomes so hard-hearted, iron man, and like a stony heart. He never allows the poor to come over his riddles and problems of the life. And that's what the roadside stand is all about, where the poor comes to the city, leaving the village and trying to identify himself, trying to make an existence of himself and to prove that he can do something in the city for his dreams, his wishes, for which he longed a lot in his childhood. And that's all for a roadside stand. Thank you very much.